And in the continuation, I want to create the light and fixtures as component. Here I have downloaded some files of these lightings. As you can see that we can choose one and then model one of them. It does not make difference actually. I want to select this, which is more modern than others, and model it in Revit. Firstly, if we have a 3D model out of the file, we can here, let me open the file at first. I mean the 3D model of this file, V-Ray. Let me extract it at first. Let me check it out. Number 2, I close the PDF file. Then I open it. Note that you should have 3D Max installed in your device. Then I open the 3D file, open. Then I paste the file path. Then I open number 2, lighting. Okay, here actually I want to create the Revit family from imitating this. Let me add an image map. Let me find the folder of map. Then I extract it. Actually, I'm working on my other monitor. I got 2 monitors here. Anyway, I paste it here. Map. Then use path and continue. Here we have opened the file. Here I prefer to save the file as, since I'm gonna make some changes. And then I specify the file path in the Revit instructions, component advanced. I name it IR, or I can set its default name. Okay, let me try again. Save as, specifying the file path. Again here, Revit, videos, component advance, and then save. Great, like this way. First of all, I have to adjust the project units from customize, unit setup, and then I set it parameters, and then parameters here. This is the first step. Alt and W, then we open the plan view, 3D view. I select them all, then I group them. I will tell you why by this way. And then for the gizmo, I want to move it. So from this part, effect prep only. Then I click on align. Then I click at the top, align selection, maximum. Note I want to make sure that I want to move the gizmo along z-axis. Let me cancel it, then open the 3D view. Watch this, align. Clicking on the top. Then let me adjust the object. Along z-axis. However, for make it more simpler, as I have grouped them here, we got only one object. I pick cylinder and then I draw it. I click on move. Then if I click on this, right click to place it at the 0 position. Then I move this upwards like this way. Okay, better than before. I select it, effect pivot only, align. Then I select the cylinder as the target. Then I lock the Z direction by this way, Z axis, pivot point and maximum, apply and OK. Check the position of check it out, gizmo. I can click on move and then set 0 for the coordinations and fix it. It is done. Then I want to check its height or the diameter. Here we got several methods. So here from helper, I click on tape. It is to measure the distance. Watch this, 7 meters. That we need it to be 7 centimeters, not 7 meters. So we select scale. I have selected clicked on effect pivot only to place the gizmo at the top. I right click on the scale and then for the offset screen, not 0.1, we click on select FZ to zoom. Watch this. Again tape. I measure it. Check it out. Watch this. Not 0.008, but it must be 7 centimeters. So let us fix it. However, it is almost fixed. Watch this part. Let me draw a cylinder. Then I draw a cylinder or a box here. Let me check the height. The length, not 0.3. I have to multiply it scale it in 10 times. Right click on scale, 1000. Control Z, I'm sorry, scale. Then I increase it by this way. Then I select it, checking the width, not 0.3 in not 0.3 per meters or 30 centimeters. Let me increase it at the size of box near to 500. Control Z, Control Z. I minimize it. Then after making sure, I press down Control Z to specify an accurate value. 500 in 500. Control Z. 200s. Let me reduce it. 90. 105. Better. Then I delete the box. Right now, as you can see, this is the standard size of this, that I can use this as a reference in Revit. So we can model it. After this, here I save the file as. Afterwards, I want to export it. Check this out, I select it, export selected. Then let me specify the file path right here by this way. I name it light DWG for the type, file type. We specify the version and then clicking on OK. After exporting the file as DWG, we open Revit. Firstly, I want to test it. Now test the scale and also the dimensions. So firstly, I can open a metric generic model template file. Then testing the file. Here from Insert tab, import CAD parameters for the input units and open. Then I want to check its scales. Okay, since we may have some problems with the size and the scale of the object. Wait for a second. Here, as you can see, apparently it is okay. Let me load it into the project. Watch this. This scale is okay, however we can rescale it, okay? I think the size is small that I want to maximize the size. We get back to 3D Max, selecting scale, and then 250, then export selected. Next one, we override it. So right now we have revised it. Then I want to model this file, new family. Then I want to use lighting, new family, metric, lighting fixtures, volt based or metric, lighting fixtures, ceiling based. If you wanted to connect it or install it on ceiling, we can choose ceiling based. Or if you wanted to install it on walls, you can use ceiling based. But if you don't want it to the light to be hosted, you can use metric lighting fixtures. Okay, it depends on your usage. But note that here I just want to install it on ceiling or a free light. Okay, we can install it on ceilings or on walls, floors, and whatever. So we open lighting fixtures. Here from Insert tab, import. I open the import. I import the file actually. Wait for a second to be loaded. Of course, the another method is to model the family in a generic model template file and then loading it, but I think this part is better, so I'm gonna model it in metric generic model and then loading it into lighting fixtures. Then again import CAD, watch this, black and white for colors, and open. Then after it was loaded, we start modeling. Watch the next in the next lesson.